Hello and welcome to Virtualization for Beginners module number 5, VMware Converter. I'm Kumara Murli, your host. This particular module, we're going to learn the tools required for physical to virtual conversion. Uh, First of all, why do we need to convert a physical to virtual machine? Uh, there are millions of physical servers running application workloads in data centers. Uh, some of these physical servers are running application workloads could be legacy machines with some legacy applications running on them, which are still used in your used in the production environment, which is functioning fine without any kind of a disruption. The time has come to replace these legacy machines with some new machines available. But replacing these legacy physical machines with new ones would lead to disruptive operations because there is an application running on that particular machine which is in your production. So we need some sort of a methodology where you could convert the entire physical machine into a virtual machine without disrupting existing application environment. And that virtual machine could be run on any hypervisor available, could be VMware, vSphere, or it could be Microsoft uh, hypervisor. So that's where we need some sort of a conversion tool, P2V, like VMware Converter, which could convert that particular physical machine to a virtual machine and run that virtual machine on a hypervisor and continue production activities and then decommission the legacy machine. So if you look at the way virtualization has been handled by administrators, there are two strategies for using virtualization in any environment. One is known as the containment. Containment is the practice of initially deploying a new application workload as virtual machines, so additional physical servers will not be required, except to expand the virtual infrastructure capacity. This is typically the hypervisor concept, what we are trying to understand. The second strategy is consolidation. So consolidation is the practice of taking existing physical servers and converting them into virtual servers that can run atop the hypervisor. So that's what I explained a few seconds back. So in order to achieve the significant savings that virtualization provided, corporate IT departments needed to migrate a significant portion of the physical server workloads. Usually, this physical server workloads are the legacy ones, what we spoke about earlier, to virtual infrastructure. To effect this change, they needed tools and a methodology to convert their existing physical servers into virtual machines. So, what are those tools? Uh, the tools that are available are VMware Converter, Novel Lead Spin, Migrate, Microsoft Center VMM, Citrix Zen Convert, Quest Software vConverter, Symantec System Recovery. So VMware vCenter Converter standalone is a product to convert other virtual machine formats. Uh, when you say other virtual machine formats, it's a virtual machine created using non-VMware, hypervisors, could be any vendor for that matter, to VMware virtual machine, as well as physical machines to VMware virtual machines. So you could do both virtual to virtual as well as physical to virtual using converter. Converter standalone eases the exchange of virtual machines among the following products. VMware hosted products can be both conversion source as well as conversion destinations, like VMware Workstation, VMware Fusion, and VMware Play. There are two ways to performing P2V process, hot and cold. Cold conversion are done with source machine non-operational and the application shutdown, which ensures that it is pretty much a straight copy operation from old to new. Hot cloning, as the name implies, performs the clone operation while the source server is booted and the application is running. The one disadvantage to this is that data is constantly changing on the source machine and it is difficult to ensure that those changes apply. So where would somebody do hot cloning? Hot cloning is used in environments where you have a server with some critical applications running on it and you want to convert that machine to virtual without disrupting the ongoing production activity or application activity. So that's where the hot cloning is used. But the problem with this approach is since the machine is in the process of performing some activity, there's a constant change happening on it. So the final virtual machine that you create out of it might have lost certain changes that happen on the physical machine. So it might not be 100% consistent, copy compared to the physical one. But the advantage here is that not all applications need to be suspended for the period of time that is necessary to complete a P2V remigrated to the new virtual machine. A hot clone allows P2V to complete without disrupting the applications. But there are tools using which you can patch up those differences that you missed out compared to the physical machine on your virtual machine. Both types involve a similar process, determine the resources being used by the existing server to correctly size the necessary resources for the virtual machine. What are the resources we're talking about? The CPU, the RAM, storage, and the networking component like a NIC. So create the virtual machine with the correct configuration, copy the data from the source to the target server, that is your virtual server. Run post-conversion cleanup and configuration. This could include network configuration, removal of applications and services that are not required for virtual operations, and inclusion of new drivers and tools. So this is basically a very simple introduction to VMware Converter. If you need more information related to installation, configuration, and limitations, please refer to VMware Converter user guide. So here is the link where you could go and download the PDF, and that's it. Please take up the quiz, answer the questions given. Hello and welcome to Virtualization for Beginners module number 5, VMware Converter. I'm Kumara Murli, your host. This particular module, we're going to learn the tools required for physical to virtual conversion.